my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may be watching this. It is my first YouTube acting class of 2021 and our first Tuesday trivia class of 2021. I am standing in front of the Hollywood Land sign. This is the first sign, the big Hollywood sign. This is the first one that was erected in 1923. There's a reason I'm standing here back in time in 1923. So we're going to get started with our Tuesday trivia for today. We always start every class with a little warm up. So let's get moving and grooving today. And hopefully the music we play might give you a hint about what our Tuesday trivia is for today. So this is number 21. Move your body around, get out moving around. Make sure you're moving those shoulders around and really moving your body around. We finish! Okay, wow! I'm out of breath. Let's take a couple deep breaths and blow out. And another deep breath and blow it out. And another deep breath and blow it out. Good. So today, guys, the Tuesday trivia are a little bit about silent films and the silent film era and the music we warmed up to was from one of the first silent films called The Great Train Robbery. So today, our Tuesday trivia will all be questions about the beginning of film, the silent film era. Again, guys, these are the guesses. You may not know this, and that's okay. But hopefully by learning the answer, even if you get it wrong, you learn the right answer, and then you learn the new fact. And I'm learning a lot when I do these trivias too. So I don't know all this. I do the research. I just find learning about the origin of film and the actors and the origin of the art form that we're so blessed to be a part of and so lucky to be artists and get to do what we love with the history. To enter the rich history, and that's what I'd love to teach you about in my Tuesday trivia class, but we all learn as we go along. So all our trivia classes question for today have to do with the silent film era, and there's so much to learn. I'm sure down the line I'll have some more trivias about silent films in the film industry, but this is our silent film trivia question for today. Are you ready? Okay. So just a little bit of history that people, they started the idea of the moving picture started around the late 1800s into the early part of the 20th century. So that's when the idea of a moving picture, which is what a movie is, it's a moving picture. There's a still picture, it's a moving picture. And the first moving pictures were silent films. So here's question number 1. The first silent film was called The Great Train Robbery, and the music we warmed up to was from that film, The Great Train Robbery. Okay, what year do you think it was produced? 1907, 1900, 1903, or 1908? So again, the silent film era was about the early part of the 20th century. So again, what year do you think The Great Train Robbery was produced? And again, this is just a guess, guys. You think it was 1907, 1900, 1903, or 1908? Take a guess. What year do you think it was? And let's go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you get 1903, you're right. The first film, The Great Train Robbery, which is considered the first narrative silent film and telling a story. It was the first narrative silent film and the first Western that was produced in 1903. And here are a couple fun facts about that film. The producer of that film was Thomas Edison, the inventor who invented the light bulb and one of the first inventors of mass communication. He and his assistant, Tim Kennedy Laurie Dixon, were the inventors of the first moving camera called the kintograph. I didn't listen to the pronunciation, that is the kintograph. So, they invented what would be now considered the first camera called the kintograph, which took moving pictures. Thomas Edison produced the first movie, The Great Train Robbery, and it was another fun fact. It was produced out on the East Coast in New York and New Jersey, not in LA. Okay, so Thomas Edison was the first producer of the first silent movie, The Great Train Robbery. All right, so here we go on to question number 2. How many minutes do you think The Great Train Robbery was? So how many minutes do you think the film was? How long, in other words? How long do you think The Great Train Robbery was, the film? Was it 60 minutes, which is an hour, 30 minutes, and half hour, 15 minutes, or 12 minutes? So how long do you think the film was? Was it 60 minutes, which is an hour, 30 minutes, which is a half hour, 15 minutes, or 12 minutes? Just take a guess. How long do you think it was? All right, and let's go to the answer. question, guys. If you get 12 minutes, you're right. It was 12 minutes long. Another fun fact about silent films is when people would go to the movie theater, there was no sound or music, and many times they would have a live organist that would play along with the film. So the films were completely silent, and for many films, you would go to the theater, the movie theater, and there would be a live musician, organist that would play along with the film. So that was another fun fact. Let's go to question number 3. Question number 3. Charlie Chaplin, another great actor and silent film actor, is best known as the character he played in many silent films. What was, and there's this picture. What do you think that character was called? Again, guys, I'm just asking you to guess. Was it called the Bum, the Lonely Guy, the Tramp, or Mr. Bojangles? So, Charlie Chaplin created an iconic, well-known famous character that is very well known for, that he played in many silent films. And what was the name of that character? Was it the Bum, the Lonely Guy, the Tramp, or Mr. Bojangles? And let's go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you get the Tramp, you're right. Question number 4. Mary Pickford is known as America's sweetheart. Called America's Sweetheart, and she starred in several silent films. How many silent films do you think she starred in? Was it 25, 13, 11, or 30? 25, 13, 11, or 30? Let's go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you get 11, you're right. During the silent film era, which I said, again, it was like the early part of the 20th century, how many silent films do you think were made? During the silent film era, how many silent films do you think were made? 500, 3,000, 8,000, or close to 11,000? Okay, during the silent film era, how many silent films do you think were made? 500, 3,000, 8,000, close to 11,000. Let's go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you guess close to 11,000, you're right. And fun fact, the actual number is, according to my research, 10,919. And another fun fact, about 2,749 of those films exist today in some type of form. So a lot of the films, about over 70% of the early films are gone, but there are about 2,749 films today that exist, were saved and exist in some form. All right. Question number 6. True or false? Rudolph Valentino was considered one of the great film stars of the silent film era. Is that true or false? I'll do it one more time. True or false? Rudolph Valentino was considered one of the great stars of the silent film era. Do you think that's true or false? I go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you guess true, you are right. It is true. He was considered the great sex symbol, heartthrob. He might be maybe like the Tom Cruise of his day or the Matthew McConaughey. And trying to think of, that he was of that level, just very handsome. Women loved him. It was swoon all over him. And he was considered the great heartthrob of his day. And fun facts, a couple fun facts about Rudolph Valentino. Fun facts. He starred in over 39 films, and in 14 of those 39, he was a romantic lead. All right, and like other actors, he got to start doing background work and then to work his way up. The answer was true. Yes, Rudolph Valentino was one of the great film stars of his era. That's true. Question number 7. What year do you think the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, that is the organization that decides who wins the Oscars, what year do you think the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences was founded? Okay, was it 1920, 1925, 1928, or 1927? Again, what year do you think the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences was founded? And that's the organization that decides who wins the Oscars each year. They vote for and they produce the Academy Awards. Was it 1920, 1925, 1928, or 1927? Let's go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you get 1927, you're right. And the first, and a fun fact, the first Academy Awards were produced in 1929, and it was a 15-minute show that was held at the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood. Question number 8. The silent film era ended with the introduction of sound into motion pictures. The Jazz Singer, starring Al Jolson, was the first full-length movie to incorporate sound. What year do you think that film was produced? Was it 1930, 1925, 1927, or 1928? So The Jazz Singer was the first film where they introduced sound to film. The films have been silent up until now. It not only incorporated sound and music, but it became part of the film, not separate from the film. What year do you think The Jazz Singer was produced? Just take a guess, guys. Was it 1930, 1927, 25, 1927, or 1928? Let's go to the answer. Congratulations, guys. If you get 1927, great guys. You're right, that was The Jazz Singer, the first talkie, as they called them back then, film. and that's a part of our film and acting history. And I love sharing that with you. So let's go to the bonus questions. All right, I'm technically on vacation this week, but you can still email me or leave answers on my voicemail. Okay, bonus question. The Academy Award-winning film, The Artist. The Academy Award-winning film, The Artist, was set against the background of the silent film era. What year did The Artist win 5 Oscars? So again, this was produced a few years ago. The Academy Award-winning film, The Artist, was set against the backdrop of the silent film era. What year did The Artist win 5 Oscars? That's the first bonus question. The second bonus question. Name at least one of the Oscars that The Artist won. So what did it win? Best director, best actor, best actress. So bonus question number 1. What year did The Artist win 5 Oscars? Well, what year in the film of The Artist? You can look that up. And the bonus question number 2 is name one of the Oscars The Artist won. Alright guys, that is our Tuesday trivia class for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. I love learning about the film industry, and this is a great way for me to learn what I learned and share it with you. So again, I am on vacation this week, but you can still email me or leave a voicemail with your answers. I'll have my contact information at the end of the video. I believe that I love doing the warm-up to the Great Train Robbery theme, and actually the name of that song called The Great Train Heist. So it was a lot of fun, so we're gonna end it the way we began. All right? See you tomorrow. Bonus question number 1. What year did The Artist win 5 Oscars? Bonus question number 2. Name one of the Oscars The Artist won. Please email answers to DEJClass@gmail.com or call or text the answer to 323-364-2478.